It's John from FlatCatGear. It is late July. It's kind of a nice time of year. I spent the weekend up near my parents' house in the South San Francisco Bay. One of the best things about that time of the year is that whole area where they live is covered with blackberries. So I spent about half an hour, 45 minutes picking a bunch of wild blackberries, and I thought, what a great video. I'll just do a backpacking video on making a pie with blackberries, because you're out backpacking. What a great way to celebrate what's out there, but to eat off the land and stuff. So I'm going to make a biscuit crust, because that's what I probably would make out in the field anyway, and let's whip together a blackberry pie. I'm going to show you if I finish the crust. This is the biscuit crust. Really just making a biscuit, and then what I did was I added some nutmeg and some probably about 2 tablespoons of sugar just to sweeten it up a bit. That's going to be my crust. I probably would just take a biscuit crust out backpacking. It's a lot easier. So one of the things that gets interesting I talk about baking is proportions. So I got a recipe for a blackberry pie, and the blackberry pie calls for 4 cups of blackberries. So I measured a little over 2 cups. And my container this container itself is like 3 3/4 cups. So I think 2 cups is going to be about right, because I'm going to add to it a 1/4 cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of sugar, and I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice to it. So one of the things I also want to talk about on this baking video is some of the comments I get back is the baking times seem awful long, and I'm not quite sure where this thought comes from. First off, there's not much baking going on in backpacking. It's just a few people do it. But the length, and I started thinking about this, and I think a lot of it has to do with, if you look at freeze-dried packages, most of the meals you boil your water and you let it set for about 10 minutes. So, depending on how long it takes for you to boil your water, you can have your meal pretty quickly. And that kind of gets into, kind of what I consider this microwave mentality, is that food should be fast to make. And I'm not sure where that comes from exactly, because when I'm at home and I cook things like a pie, it takes a while. So I guess maybe I have more patience, but it seems to me that baking in the 45 minutes to an hour time frame is not unlikely. The other thing that's kind of interesting is I timed this the other day. If I were to make muffins, those Quaker Betty Crocker muffins in my oven, I timed how long it took to preheat my oven, and it took 17 minutes to preheat my oven. And then once the oven's heated up, it bakes for, I think it was 15 to 20 minutes. And that's an oven cranking right at the exact temperature. So backpacking, figuring that you're not going to get that kind of temperature, and you don't have a preheat, cooking something at least half an hour just, makes sense to me. So probably a lot of it is just, changing a paradigm of what you're interested in doing. Not everybody, when they hear about an hour bake time, it's not for everybody. I don't bake on every trip that I go on. I just bake on particular meals. But it's nice that we have the capabilities. So looks like we're ready to go. I'm going to go bake this. Ground side up for baking. Got my blackberries ready to go. If you can see that, it's been 58 minutes. The flame is out, just out. It's still pretty warm. There's our blackberry pie. I'm just going to let it cool off. And we'll see. It came out. This is our blackberry pie. You can see we got a nice crust around the outside. This is a biscuit crust. Now the next challenge is I have to cut this into 5 pieces, because there are 5 of us home for dessert tonight.
Oh, the best part of the pie is when you have a bite that is not half, but a lot of the berry and then a bunch of the crust, because it's just really satisfying and tastes really good. I don't know why. I think it's the salt mixed with the sugar.